This is an island on the Philippine Pacific, hemmed all around by fresh roads. At every turn, the sun, the sand, the surf. Here and there, an interesting edifice. A boat ride to secret spots. Coastal cuisine. And the most pleasant people in the region. Buckle up, or maybe not. It's a spirited ride for the free and the wild. In Catanduanes, Road Trip Island. At Catanduanes' southern tip is Virac, the capital town. By air, it's an hour away from Manila. Cebu Pacific flies to Virac every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. If you're a tour cyclist or a Harley rider completing a cross-country traverse, the good news is you can bring your own wheeled horse all the way to Catanduanes, as the island is connected to the Luzon mainland through a sizable roll-on, roll-off ferry. That's a 12-hour drive from Manila to the port of Tabaco, Albay, then another hour of seafaring to the port of Virac. And here's your welcoming committee. Yes, hello there, lobster. May I win this staring contest? I've got an appetite to beat. Man, that hunk of... I don't even... Now that's a huge prawn. Definitely, definitely, eat with your hands. There's no other way to enjoy this. This little island, all of 1,500 square kilometers, has a lot of seaside pockets where one can get choice tropical fish and crustaceans for lunch. Crustaceans, especially crabs, are the primary food produce of Catanduanes. The town of Panganiban is the crab-catching capital of the province. Live ones are caught sustainably in the Kili-Kilihan nursery and the Curipdas fishing lagoon and resort cabanas. Steamed or grilled, soupy or saucy, the terrific thing about Catanduanes island living is getting the freshest catch straight out of the waters, right onto your picnic table that's already quite loaded with many other munchies. While you're at it, don't ever miss the Suman de Catanduanes. Fragrant, sweet, salty, sticky rice cakes slathered with coconut syrup. Well, don't ever miss anything. Eat. When there's smoke, yep, there's fire. Where there's seafood, there's sure to be the sea. Out in the wild Pacific, the island of Catanduanes has 400 kilometers of beach all around it. Sandy on some, craggy on others. Either way, there's a guarantee for good time. Batag Beach has both sand and crags. Handsome ones like this natural stone arc over here. Inland, the freshwater pockets of Catanduanes mellow the pace. It's always a choice between riding bangkas or diving right in. Hikming Falls, right in the capital town of Virac, has 3 tiers and lovely clarity. The second basin is around 10 meters deep. This one's for advanced water treaders. But you may want to learn how to tread soon, if only to enjoy waters as glassy as this one. Another 3-tiered waterfall sings down the slippery slopes in the town of Gigmoto, Nahulugan Falls. Wooden stairs would help you get to the higher basins. Of course, for many reasons, the top tier is always the best tier. Better get there before everybody else does. Kathy's spring resort in Viga, Catanduanes, brings out the visitor's childlike wonder. Nothing fancy, just some poles and planks from where you can jump off like Peter Pan's Lost Boys. Or you can always chill out, grab some river stones, make some cairns, and turn the riverside boulders into an outdoor museum of installation art. Meanwhile, this natural sculpted installation art never fails to elicit giggles. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the crown jewel of the town of Bagamanok, the Buto of Kurakok. Nothing too fancy, right? Just some weathered rock formation resembling a gigantic phallus sticking out of the water. The trip over these parts can turn serious, sometimes, as the site is also where fertility rituals are performed by believers, like offering small gifts to Kurakok. Despite embracing urbanization at the provincial center, all around Catanduanes, life still takes it slow. Simple thrills abound. Seeing the delicate traditional art of a basket weaver in the town of Pandan, a tiger grass broom maker in the town of Caramoran, paper craftsmen, abaca workers and craftsmen, or the farmers and the fisher folks' daily test of patience in Karangian Beach, which always merits a good payoff. Riding boats along mangrove forests, riding a lumbering carabao into the horizon at Hiyop Highlands, or just riding easy on wheels all around the island's circumferential road. For everything, a different beat. As a province that has gotten used to living through major typhoons on a yearly basis, Catanduanes is home to one of the few Doppler radar stations of the Philippines Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration. With this, the province plays a vital role in precision weather forecasting for the country today. Quite a role to live up to for this tiny island. For those who dig spontaneity, a change of pace is always welcome. Some days, maps would lead you through the easy, to the meditative, to the brooding. In the town of San Andres, at the mouth of Luyang Cave, a chilling tale is told. In the 18th century, raiders from the southern islands regularly attacked and pillaged the village surrounding the cave. The people decided to hide inside the subterranean shelter. They were soon discovered. To ward off the enemy, the villagers lit a huge bonfire at the cave entrance. Tragically, the wind blew the smoke right into the cave, suffocating and killing everyone inside. Despite being retold continuously, to this day, the ill-fated story has run its own course. Luyang is now classified as a tourist cave. Troglophiles like bats and lounging spiders populate the interior. Catanduanes follows cave touring rules pretty well. They require visitors to wear helmets before entering. 2 more rules must be strictly implemented. Stay on the tracks and never touch the centuries-old cave formations at any cost. A chapel is always a good place for contemplative stops. This one, the Our Lady of Sorrows shrine in San Andres Catanduanes, intrigues visitors with its centerpiece, a shiny plaque made of stone emblazoned upon which is the image of the Nuestra Señora del Dido. That is, Our Lady of the Finger, with her delicate pointer sticking out of her veil. Quite an uncommon portrait of the Christian matriarch. Even so, the lady is commonly known to locals as Our Lady of Sorrows. Still, to pilgrims the real clincher is this. The stone plaque is said to be slowly, steadily expanding over time. Allegedly growing its surface area since its enshrinement at the chapel in the early 20th century, the stone plaque's height is now pegged at 3 inches. That is why it is believed this particular Marian image is miraculous, healing illness and granting supplications. By its distressed beauty alone, Bato Church grabs your attention as you cruise along the road. Its limestone and mortar walls help it survive earthquakes, super typhoons, and a nasty world war. It is not without controversy, though, as the church was finished in 1883 after 53 years of institutionalized forced labor imposed by the Spanish imperialists on the island. Back at the capital, the Museo de Catanduanes traces the timeline of Catandungan material culture. From the clay jars and wooden implements of simpler eras, to the clothes that herald the coming of metropolitan lifestyle and religion from the West. Religion is very important to the people of Catanduanes. All around the island, Roman Catholic churches, especially those that remained after the colonial era, still stand proud, their altars perennially draped in faithful finery. Nights in Catanduanes are made better with visits to hotels and restaurants for lunar creatures. Get your fill of the good stuff from Artsy and Kemji. With a sampling of Filipino spirituality and a refreshing sense of local history, you hit the road again. This time in pursuit of what you really want to get from Catanduanes, the island stove. No Catanduanes trip will ever be legitimate without spending days in the village of Puraran, home of the Majestics. This one is some serious world-class stoke. Living is easy with eyes closed, they say. In this island, you may want to prove that wrong. Open all your senses and still get to live easy and wild, right here in Catanduanes, the road trip island.